Hey guys, here we are for another Law Armored two-man queue. This is Tom with DraftMatch.com, and I made some changes here to the deck. I ended up shaving the DTs down to 3, brought in some Nevermores for Thragtusk and also for Terminus or Supreme Verdict. Added Unsummon to kind of help push guys through. Cut the Elite Inquisitors just because double white wasn't happening that much. I mean, it certainly can happen, but it's enchanting it was just always dying, and sort of the point of the deck is to be able to dodge removal. So I think 12 is probably a good number for creatures here, just because we can aggressively mulligan into like a 6 or 5 land or 6 or 5 card hand still quite easily and win. Changed the board, added Sands of Delirium for the control matchups just to give us some other angle to win with, and then brought in Soul Tide for like Planeswalkers, that kind of thing. So here we are. We are going to be, looks like on the draw. Very happy with this hand though. Okay, so up against possibly American Control. Or maybe aggro. Just going to go Stalker into Geist. We could also have just gone like double armor there, and played around the Syncopate, but I think worth getting Geist on the table here. And we do have the second Geist in case he's got Syncopate backup. So there is the Syncopate. Oh, is it Charms? Not going to do it. And all of his useless removal there. Very happy to see that. And that's going to do it. So if you can just resolve a Geist, sometimes that alone can do it. Cutting Knight of Glory here. Bringing in Negate, DT, and then I think we're also going to probably put in, this is more like an aggro, less of a control matchup. Possibly Soul Tide if he has Planeswalkers. Let's see, what else do we want? I guess since we're down to just 4 humans, cutting Bonds is probably fine, and that'll allow us to bring in probably Rest in Peace, Soul Tides, and then probably the last Nevermore. Got a number of targets here. I mean, Deprivation is fine also in case he like drops, an Angel or something like that. So I think we're happy with this setup. Dropping down 8 creatures is a little dicey, but at the same time, he has so many forms of removal for Knight of Glory that it's almost not even worth playing him. And the big thing here will just be making sure that we resolve one of our threats and just take it home. So we could be walking into Syncopate here, but hopefully we can smoke it out, then we can drop Geist. One other thing we can also do is that once we drop Geist of our own, we can also Nevermore for Geist, so he can't overlay it. Now definitely pushing for Geist. I think that's going to be our plan. So if we can get through one turn here, we're going to push for Nevermore for Geist. And if he just sits here with Angel, we're going to have unsummoned backup. I guess the problem here is that he can just, if we like deprivate his Snapcaster, he can just Angel. So I think the actual play here is just to not swing in with Geist, but just to Nevermore instead, and then see what he does. So now we can just Nevermore for Restoration Angel. And if he runs the counter, then he won't have it. Now we can go ahead and deprivate. Well, I think it's worth the attack here just to deprivate. So he can still drop another Snapcaster to take our Geist. Ugh. Part of me just wants to get in with Stalker alone. I think it's... Oh, is it worth it? Problem is Snapcaster just is so good against Geist right now. I think we gotta play it safe here, and then... Problem is, like, next turn he's gonna Angel Snapcaster and just be beating in. It's like deprivating there was probably wrong, so you should have saved it for Angel. It's like now we actually just hope he doesn't have it. Try to get the jump on him. So if he has Caster here, he just gets us. And he does. So there was a chance. Problem is there's no real good way to deal with Snapcaster there. Yeah. So now we just gotta take Invisible Stalker the whole way. Here we're just going to go ahead and unsummon the Angel. Or I guess you can just do that. That works. Here comes Angel. facing down Geist. Yuck. Oh, how do we win here? Can try to race it. Or we could just double block Geist. Then we just lose slowly to Angel. How do we win this? It's like next turn he swings in for 8. Ugh. I think sadly we actually DT the Snapcaster here. And then we actually have to double block and hope to draw Geist. But he has Angel, so he's going to use Angel here. Now we just Angels, or just makes the trade. And we definitely lucked out there. We still need more action, but we got something at least. So he may have another Dissipate here, potentially. Yes, he does. This guy just has a ton of counter spells. Cameo. Yuck. So we might just be dead in the water here for this one, unfortunately. Yeah, so pretty much dead in the water at this point. For some reason he did not play Angel on a turn. A little bit surprised there. I guess for some reason he's got to believe I've got some kind of counterspell here, but... So now he's just going to drop Angel in response. That's pretty much going to take it home. Or that. So going into game 3, what is our play? I think we kind of want to leave it as is, to be honest. So hopefully we get some creature pump for our Stalker, and just kind of take him the whole way. And then Nevermore for Restoration Angel. Here I think we do want to take the damage just so we can play around Syncopate. We haven't seen it out of him yet, but that's no guarantee. Yeah. Well, no, I think actually we haven't seen him play it yet. We have no reason to believe he's got it. He could have it, but if we don't land the second Stalker, it's not the end of the world. He's most likely going to be sitting on Charm right now. Or just like end a turn, Snapcaster. Here comes Snapcaster. Okay, maybe not. So no Charm or Snapcaster. Interesting. He does have Geist. Oh, just heartbreaking. Here we definitely say Angel. I think as much as it pains me, I think we have to trade Stalker for Angel. Let's see, because he swings for 6. Yeah, he's just winning that race. Well, if we don't... See, we dropped 14, he drops 17. We need some serious action in terms of... So we pick up like Spectral Flight, maybe Ethereal Armor, and just unsummon his tokens. We might be able to swing that. Oh, it's going to be rough, though. I think we have to try to go for it, though, just because if we don't draw anything, we definitely lose the long game. But yeah, any deck that has Geist is pretty rough around the edges, since we have so few creatures. Now we really hope to draw some gas here, but basically just using Unsummon on his tokens. He's almost certainly sitting on counter spells, but I think we gotta go for it. There's the counter spell, as expected. So now he just has Snapcaster for Dissipate, but we still have to go for it. So he almost certainly is going to be able to counter our Geist here. I think we do need to go for it though. And there it is, yep. Let's see, now we drop him to 11, he goes and hits us to 4, and now we need to trade, unfortunately. And double Geist is pretty rough. That's gonna do it. So pretty rough against red, white, blue. I don't know, maybe if there's a lot of red, white, blue, we could possibly think about bringing in like Clone for opposing Geists. Probably wouldn't be the worst idea. It's good against like blue, white aggro. Not sure if you want to have Negate or maybe Dissipate in the board. I almost think that maybe Dissipate would be better just because it also stops Thragtusk. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to make that change. But maybe adding like 1 or 2 clones in the board potentially. We'll see you for the next one.